to the roof.
Tubi TV is really bringing in the hits. This movie has the same cheesy quality that you'd expect. And the least annoying aspect of the beginning is a dude who reminds me of William H. Macy.
Shit.
Oh my God. I feel like my feet are falling off right now. I'm not drunk enough for this. Let me take a quick break and come back later. I don't know if that was a bad copy or what's going on. Anyway, as this poor stupid man wades in the churning water out to sea to retrieve his customer's package, he sees the stock clip of a shark in the water and actually does something very sensible, which is to stay as still as possible. I'm assuming that's what he was going for, but who knows? I might be giving him too much credit. This movie has barely begun, and they committed the unthinkable act of killing off the only character I was invested in. Anyway, the family arrives at their beach house, and I give not one shit. Compared to the decent and entertaining performance that the discount William H. Macy gave us in the beginning, the horrible acting by the rest of the cast is like a tub of alien acid poured into my already tortured ears. That dude who got snuffed out, like the piece of thinly veiled tissue your fingernail made a hole in while wiping your stew-covered ass, was like a breath of fresh air in the beginning. But now it seems like all the air has been sucked out from the room and replaced with the horrible sounds of the rest of the cast's performances. Are these people supposed to be carrying the rest of the movie? I'm just really hoping that I'm gonna be able to endure it long enough to see how it ends. And at this moment, I am prepared for a battlefield of cringe.
Tuck, either help with stuff in the back or Grandpa, okay? We can't just stand there.
What? Okay.
I don't need any help.
Why do they all sound like non-English speakers trying to read off an English script for a badly dubbed anime? It's seriously taking me out of it, and I wasn't even really in it to begin with.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's the freaking dude from the stupid Piranhaconda movie. Oh, and I did a review on that a long time ago. It was quite the adventure. If you want to go see me suffer, seriously, go check that out, because that's a throwback. Oh my God.
I swear. Now give me another chance. I'll make it up to you. Huh?
Ew. What is up with his face? He looks like an antique ball peen hammer. Like, people's faces are actually shaped like upside down triangles. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his attitude. Maybe it's the character that they made up for this guy. He is freaking annoying, like a freaking tryhard, but in a distasteful way. I don't know what it is about this guy that rubs me the wrong way. When he's kicking ass, he's fine. But when he's trying to be like cool and trying to impress this girl, it's like, dude, where are you? Look, where? Never mind. You should not be hitting on girls. Like, you are literally a human neck. Your face, your head is its own neck. I honestly don't know why I'm getting so mad. Notice, for people who have been viewers of the channel for a while, that I had to stop doing those videos, and I stopped doing them for a freaking reason. Why does Hispanic Brad Pitt always look like he's shooting some kind of Calvin Klein commercial and he's supposed to be like walking in slow motion or something? Poor guy. He never deserved that! Eggs.
That's not all it does. I fell into its nest of eggs.
If every time you watch a movie that's not meant to be taken seriously, your head feels as though it's going to implode and your blood pressure starts to skyrocket to such a degree that you create your own high inadvertently, it's a sign that you should probably steer clear of consuming that specific form of media. That is why I had to put an end to it for a while. Knowing that nozzle neck over here is in this movie brings back the old triggers. Oh yes, it doth.
We're just arriving. I thought you were going to be at your Cabo house this summer.
Chop off my tits and stuff them with rice. This woman is gonna make me piss my ass off its hinges. Why does she talk like that? Why does she— the text-to-speech audio, those recap channels that a group of Chinese and Taiwanese people keep popping out every week sound more soothing and natural than this woman's forehead. Sorry, voice.
Time for a big case. You guys staying for a whole month again?
As always.
Hey, where's my man Hudson?
Oh my God. I don't know how Jawbone for Brains did it, but his acting managed to get worse. I guess some things just don't ripen with age. Could it be that they told him to tone it down and speak like a freaking Sims character learning English for the first time to fit in with the rest of the cast's lack of acting prowess? Maybe, but it's seriously not helping.
Hey, Tad. Becky around?
You stay away from her, Tucker. I see that look in your eye.
Oh dear God. Ugh. It sounds like I'm nitpicking and over-exaggerating. I'm seriously not. There are certain things that people just cannot stand. There are some people who just don't get my vibe and can't stand me, and it's completely understandable. I'm the equivalent of you getting a hot drink from somewhere, but the cup doesn't feel hot, and then you burn off your top lip when you try to suck the liquid out very carefully through the tiny hole that the steam can't escape through to indicate to you that the drink is lava. Yeah, that primal and intense feeling that makes you want to hurl the entire thing outside your car and across the country into the ocean, but you can't because you spent money on it, is what I would describe as that emotion. Now imagine that feeling having something that makes it feel like that. That's what the acting is akin to in this movie. It's freaking triggering. I hate using that word, but that's the only word I can aptly use to describe that emotion. And in that sense, I will say that the movie Swim 2021 has achieved, well, something.
Tad, they've been friends since they were kids. Ever since you got the condo next door.
Oh my God, I seriously don't know if I can do this. I don't want to look this woman up and see her occupation. I can't even speak. If I freaking see that she's a freaking actress, I would more so believe that most of the cast here are temps filling in as actors. I would more likely believe that there are people acting as though they are actors. This is so mind-numbingly unbearable that I honestly just want to skip through all of it because it honestly doesn't even matter. Also, why would we care about these characters? At this point, the movie would have been a massive improvement if there was just no dialogue whatsoever, and people were just staring at each other like in that other awful, disgusting movie I did a review on where the woman gives birth to a child that's a clone of her lover so she can have her way with him. Yup. That is a thing. That is a movie. If you don't believe me, check out my video. You'll see some of those very disturbing clips. And even then, that poor child who, by the way, it's a live action movie. It's a real child that they put in that situation is a way better actor than every single one of the people in this movie combined.
Santa Ana's kicked in, but I guess I'll just drive around a little bit. Listen, if you guys see her, tell her to take a ride, all right? Not her mother's place. Oh, and honestly, you better...
Yeah, no, I can't. Sorry. Why is he still talking? Is he that much of a freaking legend that they had to give him more lines just to emphasize how bad his acting is or how much worse it became? These people are sadistic, I swear.
You might lose electricity. And what are you gonna do if you can't watch your precious sports? Ciao.
Did he just fake laugh? Did he just feign laughter? Did he just pretend to keck? Did he fake a chuckle? Did he emit a counterfeit giggle? Did he just produce a fake titter? Did he just... No. It has to be some sort of sick joke. Everyone's in on it. He did not.
I did not.
He did not just... Oh my freaking God. Oh my God. This movie's gonna send me up the wall. My lips are aching from me biting them so damn hard. Oh my God. Please tell me he's not gonna be throughout this movie. I'm convinced these people are being paid pennies on the dollar. Are they being held against their will?
Look at this place. Look, if the house looks like this, chances are they never fixed the leak from last year.
It's like one of those really bad commercials that you see people making meme videos with.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
One thing I was wondering throughout this, I know recessive genes have the ability to still come through and there's like chances and probabilities and whatnot, but it is extremely rare, or at least uncommon at the least, that a woman with her dominant brown hair and brown eyes would have a son with blonde hair and blue eyes. But for the daughter to also have blonde hair or lighter brown hair and blue eyes, or at the very least just blue eyes. Also, the father has light brown eyes and dark hair. Unless it was just a perfect combination of both their recessive genes, they hit one hell of a probability with both their kids ending up with blue eyes and blondish hair.
I ain't analyzing all that deep.
Anyway, with the electricity going out and the basement flooded, you would think this idiot would turn off the water. Think she'd understand how to turn off the water. I don't know much about plumbing, but isn't that a shut-off valve right there in front of her freaking face? Why does it not enter her head to turn off the water before putting duct tape over it, or even thinking that will do anything? If she doesn't... Even if she doesn't know how to patch the pipe, why do you not know how to turn off the freaking water? That's something everyone should know how to do. Everyone should know how to turn off the electricity to their house and how to turn off the freaking water. Pretty sure if she'd even asked her father, He's an old man, probably would have had the common sense to tell her to turn off the goddamn water.
Wow, you've grown since last summer.
2 inches, actually.
Sure you have, now that she's here, you freaking weirdo. So the mother had warned her son not to go out there because the storm was really getting bad. Everybody and their grandmother and their dog knows about this storm. Even Tucker, and I only remember his name because his mom kept calling it over and over again, told Big Butt Becky that her father was looking for her because he was worried about the storm. He knows better, but he still decides to go with this chick, which is something I fail to comprehend, into the water and stay out there with the storm getting really bad and lightning flashing everywhere. If you really cared about her safety, you would have gone back and called the cops or her dad, not jump into the water with her because you're a stupid, easily influenced moron that's willing to let a girl put your life in danger. But I guess we can excuse his poor decision making just because he's a teenager and the media loves to paint them all as clueless morons. But honestly, judging from what I see on the internet now, especially Twitter, I kind of understand where they're coming from. Must be a culture thing here.
Tucker!
But where I draw the line is when the mother is absolutely worried about her son's well-being because there is literally freaking lightning slapping the wet, smelly belly button of the ocean, and then she sends her only other child, her girl child, out to go retrieve Tucker and his Discord mommy.
Charlotte! Oh, yeah, I guess. Can you go get them? Because the wind is picking up and her dad's looking for her and they just shouldn't be out there. I'll be down in a minute.
Seriously, what is going on with the characters in these movies? In what world would a mother who is terrified because her son is in danger, or she thinks her son is in danger, send her other child out there into the danger to go get the first one?
I'll go.
Yes.
Mother, I said I think I should go west to search for Eric.
I heard you, and I agree.
Oh. Okay.
What the hell is going on? Did she just say...
I volunteered to go with her.
You're the commander of the Packlecade. You can't relinquish that responsibility to go questing.
She's the princess!
There he is.
You just shouldn't be out there. I'll be down in a minute. I need to change.
Right, because that's the most important thing right now. Is she senile? Also, I may be crazy, but if there's a lot of wind swirling around out there because there's an impending storm, pretty sure the ocean would not look this calm. I'm guessing they want to save the freaky CGI for the latter parts of the movie, where they can believably use stock footage, you know, where there's the most action. But I think the danger would have been compounded if we saw the waves.
Too far out. Tide's too high.
You play it way too safe, Tom.
I play it smart.
Oh, do you now? Yet here you are.
Yeah? Then where did smart ever get you?
Wow, she's really playing up the dumb blonde beach bimbo, isn't she? If she's trying to argue that having the intelligence to keep yourself safe in a hazardous situation is a liability, then she can kindly exit stage left. She need not exist. Jesus Christ. Putting yourself in harm's way is one thing, but dragging someone else into the fire, or in this case, water, sorry, I can't. Someone you supposedly care about is just epic levels of idiocy and self-centeredness. And for all we know, she probably doesn't even care about this guy. Chicks like this usually don't. They can't see past their own Botox.
Mom! Guess it did get delivered. Make sure your brother comes in.
So this idiot gets her package, and all of a sudden, her son's well-being takes a back seat to the box. She's down there now, and he's still out there in the water, with waves getting higher by the second, and she just turns her back and goes all nonchalant instead of standing there with her daughter and yelling for Tucker to come back in. Does she have short-term memory? Is she like a brain-dead chicken whenever a horse eats one of their babies and they get outraged for like 3 seconds before forgetting? I know I shouldn't be this annoyed, but the unrealistic portrayal of this worried mother who was soiling herself only moments ago because she was absolutely terrified about the well-being of her son, who suddenly becomes calm as winter chapped lips when you soak them in a bowl of warm oil, makes me want to peel the skin off the back of my neck and drape it over the back of my chair. A body washes up on the shore, and this is the best acting I've seen so far in this movie. Good job, somewhat. So the sister's repeated attempts at summoning her brother from the aquatic realm fall on deaf ears. I know she's freaking out because she has no idea what to do, but the next thing on my list would have been to go upstairs and drag my mom down by her freaking Adam's apple. 2 people waving their arms and yelling looks much more urgent. Also, I would not have stopped yelling at all. Guy is so noble, but ideally if somebody tried to put my life in danger or obviously didn't care about their own well-being either, I would not be sacrificing myself for them. It's not like they're actually dating. He likes her and she's a summer fling. That means, outside of you, for most of the year, she's been smashing other dudes or other people.
Becky, swim!
Why am I laughing? I don't even feel sorry for her. She wanted to go out there in the freaking storm and bring Ducker with her. I'm not convinced this is their actual mother. It's like she completely forgot about her kids. What was honestly so much more important than making sure they were both safe if you really thought they were in danger. Anyway, the dumbass mother imposter gets a call from her husband who basically says he's gonna be held up because of the weather. Because of course he is. Meanwhile, her kids are fighting for their lives along with Becky.
I've been bit!
Oh, have you now? I've been bit? I understand that's a grammatically correct statement, but for some reason it just sounds odd when she says it.
Tucker, elevate her legs. She's going into shock. You need to keep her warm. Nice breaths, nice breath.
Oh my god, seriously? Oh my god, I'm trying so hard to make it through this movie, and I am dead ass, right? It's so difficult. When they did show the wound, this is what it looked like. I know I have to like desat it a bunch, but bro, it's a literal scratch. It's a literal scratch. She's not bleeding anymore because obviously that's not real blood, obviously. And from the shoddy makeup job they did, it barely looks like a problem. It's definitely not a big enough wound for her to be going into shock, not like she's dying.
A shark.
You're okay. You're gonna make it. Nice breaths, nice breaths.
What are you pressing? She's not bleeding. Oh my god. Holy shit. This is one of these movies I honestly don't know if I can make it through in one sitting.
I know it doesn't matter. Just keep going. The package.
Did this Brokeback bitch really, did she really just in the middle of an emergency situation leave because she was worried about the goddamn package? And then, okay. All right. Maybe there's something in the package that could help. But then we get this scene.
What's up, Dad? It's a surprise for you. Your graduation gift. A medical bag just like your grandpa had. Vintage, but it's not a surprise any longer. No, it's great. Thank you.
And nothing of any importance was added. There was nothing in the bag they took out to use to help the girl. They just basically rested it there. Because... why? Wow. 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 Wow.
What's wrong with these people?
I feel like my brain is fried right now. Also, look at the bite mark on this woman's leg. There's no blood flowing. It's completely dry now, as if almost scabbed over. The most lethal thing about a shark bite is blood loss. And your cut doesn't get infected as soon as you get the cut. Infection develops at anywhere or any time between 2 to 3 days after you got the cut. So this is a bunch of bullshit. They go back and forth between her leg being completely dry and the wound looking as though it's about 4 days old, healed, and then dashing a film of red food coloring on her leg that's not actively flowing as though she's losing blood. For some reason, her acting as though she's about to pass out or die at any moment while everybody else is pretending as though it's an emergency situation and freaking out just makes this seem more like a comedy. And not the one that makes you go hardy har har. And it was so cringe that I honestly had to stop watching for a few minutes to cleanse my mind. And if I am completely candid, I didn't watch most of this movie. Like, at this point, I had to skip past all of this. I really did. And it didn't take long to realize that this movie is just a ripoff of Crawl, but instead of alligators, it's sharks. It's stupid. That's what it is. It's stupid. And of course, the storm intensifies, and they try to take this girl to the hospital, and like a dumb scene from out of Final Destination, I kid you not, lightning chops a telephone pole clean in half, and hurls it at the car like it weighs as much as a kitten. Why not? Because that's physics, boys and girls. Oh yeah, and the nice man arrived at the beach house to fix the damn pipe. It's just fantastic though that at least they show that he had the competence to close the valve, something that the clueless owner of the freaking home should know how to do, or should have known how to do. I mean, come on, if you own a house, boathouse, whatever it is, the bare minimum is knowing how to handle basic maintenance tasks, especially if you've been to that beach house before. It's no different than knowing how to fill your gas in your car, check and top off your oil, change the filter, or your tire. Anyway, a supersonic tidal wave smashes into the beach house and sends the nice plumber dude flying. Of course, the shark also conveniently gets in at this time. At this point, it's a wonder to me why anyone watching this wouldn't just go and watch the movie Crawl. Even the other actors are like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this woman's supposed fear and shock comes across as exaggerated and irritating. Even in the tense moments, a massive improvement to this movie would have been if she weren't in it. I guarantee. Would have gone up like 16 points. Well, it's a good thing this person has enough sense to use something as a barrier between themselves and the shark instead of foolishly sitting there in the water shrieking like an imbecile. Oh, never mind. Apparently I spoke too soon because he was fine where he was, knowing that there is a shark in the water, but decides to leave his safe spot and come out while the shark is still in the water. Why can't I say water? There, I just said it. Water. God, it's so annoying. I hate myself. What this guy was doing clearly was working. Why the hell would you take yourself out of the safe situation you're already in? I can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for the guy, despite my annoyance. Now his wife will have to learn of his death because of his stupid decision. He, along with the first guy, was one of the least irritating characters in this entire movie. And of course, they had to kill him off too. And I know this sounds twisted, but I notice a trope with some of these movies. It might just be confirmation bias, especially from hearing other people say so. But remember the old movies where they would specifically cast a black person to kill them off first? They think they're slick because what they started doing off was killing the white person first, one white person, and then killing off the black person second so people can't bitch and moan.
It's just the black guy always dies. Think about it, man. Unforgiven, Alien, Rocky IV, The Shining,
Star Trek II, Forrest Gump.
And what about that brother in Jurassic Park, man?
Oh, that was cool.
There was 2 black guys who died in that one. That was a twofer. You must be really pissed off at that one.
Regardless, you're gonna watch the monster chomp down on some black cheeks before it comes anywhere near to the main characters, even though they're the ones most deserving of the death. So they all discover that poor Mr. Rowan has become food, and all is fine and dandy until the Wicked Witch of the West descends down the stairs.
Oh, it's a cat. Are you guys okay? Actions have consequences! It's the shark.
I think I killed Mr. Rowan.
That scene makes me yearn for the mother to tumble headfirst down the stairs and straight into the shark's jaws. It's that insufferable fake look of shock on her face. It's enough to inspire any budding villain just from having to endure the sight of her expression. Just look at how dumb she looks. This is the reason why people look at us women in roles like this, acting like this, and then make statements such as, oh, you must have gone on some sausage-sucking marathon to get that role. This is why. Because it's certainly not for her acting talent. It can't be for her look. So it's either she has snake jaws that are able to widen 3 times their size in order for her to accommodate more than one party simultaneously, if you know what I mean, or she has some glorious feet. What is wrong with this bitch, bro? Ew, I'm just about done with this movie. I don't know how much more of this I can take, to be honest. Like, I tried to push through, but
Yeah, I should go upstairs. I should get the fish.
Oh.
I should get your fishing rods.
You okay? That's good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, nope. Let's do a big old time jump because clearly the only thing this woman's got going for her is how wide open her mouth can stay for a long period of time. And clearly, because she got this role. Whoever did this to her is not doing her any favors. Or maybe they are, who knows? Maybe the filmmakers were trying to intentionally make a terrible movie, but good grief, if there was ever an award for the absolute worst actors or actresses, there wouldn't be a need for a competition. She would win without a shadow of a doubt, hands down. What am I saying? There wouldn't be any winning because she would be in a class all on her own. Yep, she definitely missed the mark. The grandfather, aka the mother's dad, puts his fishing skill to the test and baits the shark so his grandchildren can get away. while she's over there looking like the freaking Grudge. We're almost there.
Touch the shark!
Help me! Help me! Grab that! Please, bring it over here!
Okay, and with the primal cry of a rabid chimpanzee, this woman has successfully driven me away from watching any further. I'm at a loss as to how some individuals can watch movies like this and find it amusing. It takes a special type of inebriation to make this change genres into your mind to comedy. You are definitely the strongest people I have met. Pregnant women who have had to have their flesh tunnel buckets sliced open to make more room for a large baby head to sploosh out of have nothing on you guys. For the sake of my well-being and sanity, unfortunately for you, I must put a halt to this foolishness and gladly move on. I can no longer subject myself to this nonsense. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.